Hello everyone, this is Dival. I am the creator of Body and Mind. If you are not familiar with what body mind technique is, I encourage you to go and explore my fan page in Facebook is bodyandmind.la. Also here in the bottom of the screen, you can see the email where you can also contact me if you want to have personal sessions or you have any questions about any specific things. So welcome to my channel again, and today we are going to discuss something that at this particular moment of our lives I think that is really important, and especially because it's hitting us a little bit harder than usual. And you can also find this information not necessarily just useful for you, but also for your family members, for your friends, and people that you know that can be experiencing the same symptoms. Today we will discuss about anxiety and how we can find the ways that we can release this anxiety, also understanding this body-mind concept and connection that I usually speak up about. If this is the first time that you are watching one of my videos, I am psychotherapist and I have been spending the last 15 years working in somatic therapy. I understood that importance of the connection between our emotional systems and the body experience. How the body can be the expression of your emotions. So I have been working in this holistic concept of expressing our emotions and building up our emotions and the strong emotional system by the body experience. I guess the first thing that we want to bring up is what do we understand for anxiety? And in these specific times that we are experiencing, which is staying at home and not having necessarily the freedom to go out as much as we do in regular times, why we get more anxious and how we can deal with this process. It is okay to feel anxious. Some people know this anxiety of staying at home as a cabin fever is known especially in the places that live stationary seasons. They experience different symptoms, and well, that's also is the definition and description of anxiety. When we get that point, we can probably become more irritable and angry and obsessive, and we sometimes cope in negative ways that are non-functional for our daily lives, and also can be challenging if we live with other people. We want to explore basically if having anxiety is a common problem or is something that just certain people experience, and like how difficult it can be. So let's start with that question. It is okay to feel anxiety, or it is okay to feel or to have fear? Yes, because I think that all of us in the course of our lives have experienced at some point these emotions. Now the problem comes when we don't cope in a constructive way to deal with these life events. To start in the same page, anxiety is an emotion response that is created when we receive external pressure. That's how it starts, that's how it's building up. And this external pressure or different factors can affect our lives in a either physical or emotional way. It also can come from unknowing stimulation, which we can call in this context as irrational fears. And these are irrational fears because frequently come from a not real situation. It's something that I am building up, probably based in other past experiences. So we extra worry about something. We are constantly living in the future or in the past. This is actually when it comes a little bit kind of more dangerous in the process that we are living or experiencing right now in the context of staying at home. I call this as being so much in the back of your mind. So you can create big monsters that are living in your closet or under the bed but are not real. So this is when you want to come and to bring up the importance of the body-mind connection. We want to give to our minds a job. That means that you are going to be focused on the present time. You are allowing yourself to avoid what happened in the past or to overthink what would happen in the future. That is the principal point on this body-mind connection. The response of your body will be completely different based in the emotional change. And here, you want to bring your body in action. You want to bring your body in connection with your mind. You want to have new experiences with your body, new successful experiences with your body. One of the things that I recognize as most dangerous in this process of isolation for some people, most of the times their behaviors are non-functional and tend to be obsessive, tend to increase some different activities. Can be eating, can be drinking, can be even cleaning 10,000 times the house. And we want to learn new strategies so we can release this pressure that is in our minds. The problem when we cope with negative habits is that those negative habits can stay in our emotional system, and we can learn from that. So anytime that we get anxious, we will repeat those behaviors. So let's think that you want to stop these 1,000 thoughts, to start to drink or increase drinking. It will work for you just momentarily, but then it will start over again. So that means that you create now a new habit that is not functional, because probably is going to give you more problems that given to you a solution. At the end, what will happen is that you will lose the control of your life. And when you lose the control of your life, you are destroying this point that is central for the balance, which is the recognition and the recognition. The recognition will be the understanding of who you are. And the reconnection will be going inside of yourself, listening to your heart, and having a healthy and lovely conversation with yourself. So because that, you don't want to release all this pressure in these cope mechanisms. We also call this as defense mechanisms, which are kind of the clinical terminology for that. And it pretty much is because your mind or your emotional system is defending yourself. But remember, it's defending yourself from a monster that doesn't necessarily exist. So here is that second point, what anxiety is. Most importantly, why anxiety increases when we are staying at home. It's a safety place, so why it increases? Staying at home can be a huge issue for some people. And even if we share our daily lives with our partners or kids or parents or friends, we also are used to go out and live kind of a personal experience. By being at home, we are limited ourselves to have that opportunity, and it becomes a little bit more challenging for most of the people. Also, people are not used to have internal conversations. People are not used to enjoy themselves without the maybe social acceptance. People is not used to pretty much to go inside. Even if this is not the only reason, it's one of the most important ones, because literally your mind gets bored. So you need to give a job for your mind. Essentially, you want to change the relationship you have with your mind. We can transform the relationship just by being more aware of this body-mind connection. So I will just give you 3 elements that are going to be helpful for you in this process. The first element is body activation. Start your body with energy. Let the energy of your body to flow. Think of this situation. If you regularly use your car to go to work, but let's say that we are having a new experiment, so we are not using cars anymore, and we are going to leave the cars in the parking for 1 week, and we are going to start using the bicycles. What do you think is going to happen next time that you try to use the car? Your car is going to have issues the next time that you want to try to run the car. And you probably will need to do some maintenance before even trying to use it. It's natural, it will happen. So you need to recharge again batteries. That's actually where the terms come from. You want to give your body flow. So first thing, body-mind activation. Move your body with whatever practice you want. You want to do yoga? Go for it. You want to do training? Go for it. You want to do Tai Chi? Go for it. Anything that you feel connected with. But just move your body. It doesn't need to have actually a specific time or anything. You can do in the way that you prefer to do. That's it. The second tool, you want to have a communication with yourself anytime that you are doing these exercises. So whatever you're doing, try to do it. If you're doing it with a partner, try to connect with your partner. If you're doing it by yourself, connect with yourself. Be aware of which part of your body is feeling more activated. I call this activated, like if you feel pressure or if that hurts at some point, or if you had an old injury and you want to work on that. So let's try to be conscious the process of moving your body. But try to stop doing it in an automatical response or automatical way. Try to do it because you feel it. That's a really important key in the body-mind activation. The third key, it's something that actually I'm going to give to you in this video as a gift. In the process of my sessions and in the process of the somatic therapy and of course yoga practices, I connect a lot with one specific yoga style that is called Kriya Yoga. And Kriya Yoga will combine the consciousness with the breath work. Breath work is pretty much different exercises that you will do with your breathing, and is scientifically proven that it will help to activate different systems in your body, to detox some systems in your body. Now today, because we are bringing this whole thing about the anxiety and the connection with these emotions that will bring up the anxiety, I want to show you some breathing exercises that are meant to release the tension, are meant to relax your body and your mind, are meant to clean up and detox your digestion system, and are meant to help you to be more aware of your surroundings. So I'm going to do these exercises with you, and I will also explain to you how to do every movement, every kriya. Kriya is a combination of movements that will end in a sequence and that will come along with a specific breath exercise or breath work. I'm going to move to my yoga mat, so I will see you there in a second. All right. So we're going to start finding a place where we can sit or we can relax. If you have a yoga mat, that will be great. If you don't, you can just find a chair. Just always try to keep in mind that your back is going to be in a strange position. So if you need a chair to sit on, try to have something on your back or maybe a pillow so you can keep your back in a full extension. For the first pranayama, which is the name of the breathing exercises, we're going to sit comfortably. You can sit on your knees just like the way I am sitting right now, or you can sit in a lotus position, whatever makes you feel comfortable. The first exercise we are doing is inhaling through the nose and exhaling 7 times through the nose as well. You want to inhale deep, and the 7 exhales are going to be a little bit more speeding up, and you don't inhale in between the exhales or the 7 exhales. It will look something like this. Anytime that you exhale 7 times, you will go back with a deep inhale, hold the breathing just for a couple of seconds, and then you want to do this abdominal movement. You are moving the motion from your stomach. It's a little bit strong, it's no fire breathing, but it will move your circulation, and you will probably feel that the pumpings on your heart are going to increase. You can keep your hands on your knees, so then it will be comfortable, and remember to always keep your back in a full extension. I will also recommend to close your eyes so you can kind of become more conscious about your breath. So that's the first exercise. Try to hold this exercise for 2 minutes so you can put your timer, and you can start doing the exercises for 2 minutes, and when it ends you take a couple of deep breaths and continue with the second exercise. Now for the second breathing exercise, you want to start again sitting on your yoga mat, and you're going to open your arms wide like making a T. You will spread your fingers, open both of the palms, and what you will do is to close one hand at a time. So you will keep, let's say, my right hand with my fingers spread and my hand open, and with my left hand I'm going to bring my thumb finger to the palm and close my hand in a fist. I am going to inhale from this position, and I'm going to exhale, kind of hitting myself under my armpit. We are going to exhale making a shh sound, and when it comes the time to inhale, we are going to use the opposite arm coming across, and now with your index finger or pointed finger, you're going to cover the opposite nostril, will be the left in this case. Inhale this way. You're going to repeat the sequence again for 2 minutes. If you want to speed up the breathing, you can always do it. And try to, again, keep your back in a full extension. And whenever you're doing the shh sound, trying to get out everything from your lungs. Now, for the last exercise that I mentioned, this is called the Shakti Pranayama. We are going to speed up the breathing. We are going to keep the sequence of inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. So we will start with a full extension of our arms and spread your fingers up again. We're going to make inhales here, and when we exhale, we will do again the fist, and we bring our arms against the body. We're going to again inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. So it will look something like this. If you want to, you can speed up the breathing while you're doing it. The important thing is to never stop the sequence. Once you start, you don't want to stop. So let's kind of play with your mind. When your mind feels that it cannot do anymore, try to focus on this breathing and in this movement. Try to stop thinking in I can't and try to accomplish the exercise. If you want to find results, you want to go to the end. Usually I do 2 minutes or even longer with people that are already used to this kind of breathing. If you're not, if this is your first time, I will say to start with 1 minute, but do the full 1 minute. What you also want to do with the sequence is, I don't know if the camera was kind of close enough to show my eyes, but anytime that I inhale and I keep my arms up, I will look up to the sky, and then when I exhale, go down, I look down. Don't move your head up or down. You will keep your head still, and the only thing that is moving will be your eyes and will go along with your breath. Alright, so let's try to keep active and let's try to manage this body-mind activation and body-mind connection. Try to focus on your reconnection and reconnection. If you follow along these exercises, also if you want to finish the breathing exercise with some stretching, with some yoga asanas, you can do it, and I encourage always to do it so you can flow the energy through the body. It helps to release your mind. It helps to decrease anxiety, especially because this fire breathing is going to force you to get out, to bring out. So it's a powerful breathing. The only thing that you really want and need in order to start these activations is having the willingness to do it. If you want to do it, you are going to succeed. If you want to stay in the victim statement and just fight, you're not going to find so much from this. So I will really encourage you to have a nice and honest conversation with yourself and start doing these body mind activations, and be conscious and be aware that your emotions are really important because it affects you and affects other people. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and please share with everyone because it's important for all of us to have also this information, especially at this particular moment. I always try to share something that I know is going to really affect in a positive way your lives. Subscribe to my channel so anytime that I bring a new content, you also can be aware of this and you won't miss anything. Thank you again for being amazing, for connecting with yourself, and to watch these practices so then you can reach yourself and you can keep yourself in balance, body and mind. Have a beautiful rest of the time.